President Donald Trump expected to talk trade today, 10 days out from sweeping tariffs set to hit trading partners all around the world. Joining us now is NBC Washington correspondent Alice Barr, who's been covering politics for years now. And Alice, this meeting today with the president is with the president of the Philippines, but there are still countries still in line for these tariffs. Why is the nation's Treasury Secretary saying there's no rush in trade negotiations?
Yeah, so we're butting up against nearly this deadline. We're 10 days away from the August 1st deadline when the Trump administration has said that these sweeping reciprocal tariffs are going to go into place. And these are the ones that President Trump announced 3 months ago and then pushed back the date, and kind of it kept being a shifting target. And now they're saying August 1st is a solid deadline. But what we've heard from the Treasury Secretary and from, frankly, other members of the administration yesterday, the Commerce Secretary said something along the same lines, is that on August 1st is when countries are going to start paying their elevated tariff rates. And it's a formula, basically, that differs for each country. That's the date that they're going to start paying those rates, but it doesn't have to be the date that they stop negotiating. So what Treasury Secretary Bessent said is that he's more concerned with getting high-quality deals than getting them rushed into place by August 1st. Now, President Trump had initially said that his administration was going to make 90 deals in 90 days in order to square away different trade agreements with all these different trading partners. And as time ticked on, it became clear that that was not going to happen. Then the administration sent out a batch of letters basically dictating to other countries, this is the rate that you're going to have to pay. That was, I think, intended to jumpstart a lot more negotiations more rapidly. And it seems like starting the tariffs on August 1st could be still in that same vein, attempting to kind of kickstart countries into feeling a little bit of pain and wanting to make a deal more quickly. But it's important to remember when we're talking about import taxes that that pain's going to be felt on both sides, and that U.S. businesses here are going to have to, pass along more of those costs to consumers as they start getting more and more import taxes stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, I got it. All right, Alice, we've got a new interview from Hunter Biden, the son of former president. He says he's talking about his father's debate performance last year right here in Atlanta. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, this was interesting. He really went off in this podcast interview that came out exactly 1 year after former President Biden dropped out of the 2024 race. And in it, his son, Hunter, first off, went off on a lot of prominent Democrats, including notably Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi, for having, he felt, turned on his father and for basically forcing him out of the race after, of course, that fateful debate in Atlanta. And what Hunter suggested in this new interview is that his father's poor performance in that fateful debate may have been caused by using the sleep aid Ambien after extensive foreign travel in the weeks that were leading up to that debate. I remember at the time that he'd been doing all this travel, and then he went to Camp David and camped out for a week and went through, debate prep. And I think Hunter is suggesting that somewhere during that time he was just wiped out, that he was taking Ambien, and that may have had something to do with this. The former president's office declined to comment.
Yeah, let me get you out of here on this one, Alice. The Trump administration released a mountain of new documents about the assassination of Atlanta-based civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. Talk to us about what went into this decision.
So President Trump talked about this on the campaign trail, about declassifying files regarding JFK. And then very shortly after he came into office, he did sign an executive order declassifying files regarding JFK, RFK, and MLK, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And then he moved up the date that they would be unsealed a little bit. And so this is some 240,000 documents that are now released that had been under court-ordered seal for nearly 50 years. It's not clear how much may actually be new here, and it is clear that family members of Dr. King did not want this to happen. They're asking for people to be respectful of their ongoing grief as they're going through these documents, and it remains to be seen if there will be anything actually revealed there.
We will see. We will see. Thanks a lot, Alice. Really appreciate it.